Gunther in the Afternoon, the show where Tyson runs the board and scouts the Pelicans. Yeah, he too has a unibrow. On 1320 KFAN and 1320KFAN.com.
Gunther in the Afternoon, 1320 KFAN, Kyle Gunther, Ben Anderson, 625 on a beautiful Monday.
We have a very unique opportunity for you guys. As earlier in the day, we saw this story, and, you really got the process started by your jokes insinuating that long snappers and centers are anywhere even near each other in terms of the same category or maybe compatible as friends. Well, so that's been a lot of fun, but
the Twitter handle, Therese Owens, which is like the Perez Hilton of sports, if you don't follow it on Twitter, likes to tweet out all the best stories going around in sports. And the one that popped up today was an interesting tattoo I saw of a guy who got a tattoo on his arm, and underneath it said, "The Long Snapper," and I tweeted it at you.
The Long Snapper.
And you and I had some fun with it, and later we learned this is in fact a BYU player.
We're going to get to see this guy.
Let's bring him in. You can find him on Twitter at _Long Snapper. His name's Matt Foley. Matt, what's going on?
What's up, Matt?
Nothing much. How are you guys?
Man, we have been really diving into this story all day, Matt. Here's a little backstory. Now, I played center, and so obviously, as you know, there's a big difference between centers and long snappers, but my guy Ben here all day has been insinuating and trying to figure out the differences between centers and long snappers. Little did we know we were going to get to talk to the Long Snapper. Man, how long have you had this moniker, this title, Matt, of being the preeminent long snapper?
I started that title probably either my junior year or my sophomore year. That's when I started. I was the varsity long snapper for my school, and I have been ever since. And I did all of it in one sitting.
Is this your first tattoo?
Correct.
You did a 10-hour tattoo, your first tattoo.
That's commitment.
Yes.
So, Matt, where did you come up with the idea? If people haven't seen it, obviously, it's all over the Twitter machine, but it's a picture of a guy snapping a football. It looks like you're wearing somewhat of a BYU jersey. How come you didn't put the actual BYU logo on there?
I didn't put the BYU logo on there to kind of keep it vague. I got the idea for the tattoo because I've had a couple friends that I've gone through this camp series called Rubio Long Snapping. It's run by a guy named Chris Rubio, and it's gotten me where I am. I mean, I love him. I can't thank him enough for everything he's done for me and my family throughout the past 3 years of going to him. My tattoo originally was supposed to be his logo on the tattoo.
Is that not you, Matt?
No, it's not me. It's just a random. It's like I think he went on Google, and Google just Googled like long snappers, and he took a picture of a person that he found on there, and he just kind of tried to copy the face. It's not a self-portrait of me.
Well, Matt, and I obviously, I'm sure you're much better looking in real life here, but Matt, here's something that I don't know if people understand, and did you mean to do this? The guy is snapping the ball correctly, right? I mean, he's got his hands in the right place. Did you have to go over that with your cousin, and so he didn't put the hand placement in correctly?
Yeah, he had it pretty close to the actual part on the first try, but I had to kind of go over it and change it a little bit.
Matt, I've got to ask you, okay, so you're the long snapper. Is that it? I mean, and I don't mean it as a disrespect of the position, but that's going to be your role. Do you not play a different position at your high school?
No, I did not. I played a little bit of center my freshman year, and then from then on, I've always just been the long snapper. I mean, I played a little bit on the offensive line this year because my school, actually, our team did not hunt this year. Our new coach decided to come in. He wanted to run a little quarterback pooch punt thing, so we did that. So I played a little bit with the O-line. I mean, I had a great time there, but long snapping is who I am. It's what I love to do.
Well, so how many hours would you estimate, Matt, that you've worked on the craft that is long snapping?
Easily over 10,000.
10,000. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, Matt. We're talking to Matt Foley. He's a long snapper. You're going to be going to BYU in the fall. When did you realize you had a knack for this? Seriously, when did you realize that this was something you were good at?
Well, I started long snapping in middle school. I ended up taking over for our center when he got hurt at long snapper. I did it my freshman year. I was the backup. The starter got hurt again, so I filled in again. And then my sophomore year, going into summer football, I'm talking to a starter who is a starting long snapper and O-lineman who is actually on the football team at BYU but currently on a mission. I was like, do you actually want a long snap? Because everyone had told me that he didn't do it. And he's like, honestly, if you can do it, the job is yours. And so I ended up getting the starting spot at long snapper as a sophomore, and I just ran with it.
Matt, can I tell you the one piece of criticism that I've seen today that I have for your tattoo is that homeboy's calves could have been way bigger on your tattoo. Did you have any sort of argument about how big you were going to make the dude's arms or legs? Well, they in the original drawing, they were a little smaller too, and my cousin, when he did the tattoo, he made them a little bigger. You know, I got this advice, Matt, many years ago when I was allegedly getting a photo of a scantily clad woman tattooed on me, and the artist said, if you're having any concerns about the size of maybe any of the body areas, that you should always go bigger so you don't regret it. So I'm glad you at least stepped it up there in the calf department there early on.
Matt, I want to ask you, when did you realize this was going viral? Like, when did you realize, did you put up the photo and somebody took the photo, or when did you realize that this had really taken over?
Well, I put it up the next morning, and then after getting a lot of criticism on Twitter, I took it down. And then I saw a few articles on it the next day when I got back into California.
What was the criticism? I mean, what do people care what you tattoo on your arm?
People didn't think it was the best drawing of a person.
Like that. Wait, are they okay? Wait a minute now, Matt. I've been made fun of for a lot of my tattoos. That's one thing that people like to do when they don't have tattoos is look at somebody's tattoo and say, "Oh man, the face could be better. This could be better, man." I tell you, don't ever let anybody tell you the quality of your tattoo. But okay. So other than that, other than people trying to hate on the overall artistry, has there been any other issues? Because like I said, my only beef was you didn't make the guy have like 40-inch calves or something.
Yeah, that was people's pretty much only issue. I mean, a lot of people, I've always taken a lot of heat for being just a long snapper, and we don't.
It's seen at church, and that mom gave the tape to BYU.
I didn't know there were long snapper highlight tapes.
There's not. Does
there has to be.
Hey, does BYU?
I'm thrilled for Matt.
With all due respect, if a mom ever came up to me as a football coach and said, "I have a highlight tape for you," I would say thanks, and then I would throw it in the trash.
No, you would not.
BYU does not honestly look at highlight tapes sent from moms at churches, do they?
I don't know. Maybe they'll end up playing center for him. He played center in high school as well, just like you.
Our guy Matt is a show favorite. We do love him, but no, Ben, he did not play center. He said he got to play a little bit of center early on.
Wait until Matt gets to the state.
He's the long snapper.
I'm going to seek Matt out. I'm gonna follow his career for 5 years, 6 years.
He'll be easy to spot.
I'm stoked.
The one with the tattoo of the long snapper on him.
I'm excited. I'm thrilled. Hey, we talked to Carl Williams earlier in the show as the Utes have lost Troy McCormick at least to the rest of spring and maybe some into fall. We don't have a full report yet on that injury, but what can the Utes do to replace their backup running back? We'll break it down next. It's Gunther in the afternoon.